And how is everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a phenomenal day. Everybody getting ready for Christmas. I hope everybody's having an awesome time. Speaking of that, I just posted the links in the chat. I'll post them one more time here real quick. The links to our New Year's specials. We are doing our New Year's specials now because no better time to get started. We have limited spots available, but we have our coaching at 3 months for the price of 2, which is a very good deal. Individualized chat with my wife and I on a daily communication basis via our app, weekly video conference calls, programming of your exercise, and we help you with nutritional choices, hydration, sleep, stress relief. Please do check that out. Limited spots available. We've had a few people take us up on it. So we only have a few slots available. So if you want to get some coaching, please do check that out right now. Today we're going to talk about I'm not expecting this video to be monetized. I'm hoping that this video doesn't get the channel shut down. But it's time we actually start really calling what the fat acceptance community what they actually are. It is an absolute death cult. Fat acceptance community members and advocates are dropping like flies, and it's because they're fat. No other reason. And we're gonna check out some delusion about this. I saw some comments that I just was like kind of taken aback, and just for the record, just so everybody understands, I don't dislike fat people. I have dedicated my life to helping fat people. And part of the way I help fat people is I'm not going to bullshit them like the fat acceptance community does and pretend that they're not in serious fucking physical jeopardy. Because they are indeed in serious fucking physical jeopardy. And the worst, like a huge part of the problem of what we're dealing with right now, I need to get my other light on because it works better. There we go. A huge part of the problem we're having is that now it's like, oh, well, I'm not 400 pounds. Like, what the fuck, motherfucker? You're 300. Like, if you're an adult male, like 5'9", 5'10", and you don't heavily strength train, and there's a 2 at the beginning of your fucking weight, you're fat as fuck. Do something about it. Like we have skewed reality so far to one side that unless you're 400 pounds, people don't even consider you like fat anymore. It's just we've entered this weird alternate reality in which like fucking people like Tess Holiday give nutrition advice and shit. Like where the fuck what goddamn wormhole did I go through? Please find me the fucking portal. Like I'll Stargate this shit and do whatever I need to do. Give me the coordinates. I'll fucking figure it the fuck out. But I went off this fucking ride. It's like I have a hard time being as nice as I am about this shit, because trust on this. For those of you that have not watched my old content, I am very nice when I talk about fat acceptance members because I feel bad for them because they're obviously mentally fucking ill. I'm going to say hi to everybody. Martina, how are you? Magic Mike. Nice. Magic Mike again. Julian, Unique Bori, excuse me. Erica, Philippa, Mr. Pete, Jack Wheel. Erica again, Sletsukin. I can't even pronounce your name. How you doing? Leona, Brian, what's going on? Amelia, Kimberly, Giselle. How is everybody? Squeaky Wombat, Catsivus, Alex, Sun Moon, in memory of John Mordaunt, Peaceful Lifter, Zazuna, what's happening? Tomte, Miss Boss, Tiffany, how are you? Jessica, what's going on? Sheeny Beanie, KC, Lady Hawk. We got all the people here. You guys are all here. How you doing? How's everybody fucking doing? So I posted a video earlier. Please go watch it. Share all my videos. Share all my stuff. Please. I appreciate it. But I posted a video earlier that this lady, Jamie Lopez, who has a TV show based around her, died of heart complications at the age of 37. Now, in the world we live in, it's kind of sad that that's not even uncommon anymore because people under 40 die of heart attacks fairly often now because of certain therapy we bring in injecting to them that is experimental. But this woman also weighed, at the time of her death, like 445 pounds, and she had already lost 400 fucking pounds, right? I do feel bad for this woman. I feel bad for her friends. I feel bad. I feel bad for all of them. I feel bad for the societal delusion we're going on that fat acceptance and body positivity in its current iteration is anything but a death cult. Like if we don't realize that this is hurting people, it's hurting people, it's killing people. We definitely should. We definitely should start realizing this, because I think like what last some of the cat something, she was one of the fucking a fat acceptance advocate. There's been bunches of them, like these fat activists. They all die super young. Now, here's my thing. If you are okay with killing yourself via food at an early age, you do you, boo. Like, pay for your own health care, please, because I shouldn't have to subsidize your gluttony. But you do you. It's that these crazy fucking people are convincing others that there's nothing wrong with being 250, 300, 400, 500 pounds. The phrase of, you can't tell if I'm healthy by looking at me. This has kind of got to stop. Like, do people really think that this woman would have gotten to 845 pounds at one point in time if society would have not, basically catered to it? Like how the fuck does that even happen? Right? I don't even get it. And what I feel bad is that this woman obviously very clearly had an epiphany and realized that, hey, maybe I should do something about my health if I want to live. And it lost like 400 pounds in a year, which is also not great, by the way. That's like, when you lose weight that fast, your blood volume changes. But like, we have to start realizing it for what it is. Like, we've got an entire generation of young people, especially young women, somehow convinced that being a 200-pound woman, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, you've got to be a very serious genetic anomaly or physical outlier and or athlete to have a 2 in front of your, as the first number of your fucking weight as a female. And Busty Transformer, we are talking about the fat acceptance community in general, but the one lady is that is in the thumbnail. Her name is Jamie Lopez. She was a star of Supersized Salon or something like that. I don't watch. I try not to watch those shows because I find them just tragic, because we watch these people pretend like their life isn't a fucking dumpster fire. And by the way, if there are any of you fat activists in the chat who would like to come on live and have a discussion with me about how I'm wrong and your movement is not in fact a fucking death cult, please do show the fuck up. Let me know in the chat. I'll send you the link and you can fucking join me right goddamn now. Because frankly, you're killing people. You are openly, actively leading to the death of young people, especially. The difference is, Tiharan, is that strong men don't claim to be healthy at all. I've met quite a few of them, and none of them are actually healthy. Strong are the only ones that can be healthy, being super large. I'm an example of that. No, you're not, dude. You're not super healthy. Jack, you're not. No, you're not. If you're over 300 pounds and your average height, you're unhealthy. I don't give a fuck how strong you are. Yes, she did. Unfortunately, yesterday she died. Big Laws just dropped 100 pounds after retiring as a strongman. Yeah, absolutely. Mia Michelle. These people should come and work with me for a day. I'm a critical care RN and also work air care life flight. The numbers of super morbidly obese patients I have is astronomical. Absolutely. I know. I just answered Jack. Tyron. I love to eat and don't have a fast metabolism, but I just don't see how people get past 2,000, let alone 200. I think he meant, let alone 250. And Adriana, can somebody please take Alan up on his offer to debate? I want to see him in action and debate. I would gladly fucking debate any fat acceptance advocate, because unless they can come up with a way that gravity doesn't apply to them, they're wrong. Like, And so this woman basically, like this woman's heart, like as you get fatter, like if like Tess Holliday's 3 times the size she should be, her heart is probably larger than it should be, but her chest cavity remains the same. You get what I'm saying? Like the fat inside and out doesn't change the chest cavity, normally doesn't change to this degree it would need the size of the heart. And the heart, once it enlarges, does not work as well. You know, like there's not, this isn't that's the problem right now. Like we're pretending that a lot of things that are factual are up for fucking debate, and they're absolutely not up for fucking debate. You know, they're just not. Like even dude in the comments section who's like, I'm a strong man and I'm healthy. No, if you're 300 pounds, dude, and your average height, you're not healthy. You may be strong, but you are not fucking healthy. I mean, why lie to yourself? You know, just say you're doing it. So there's a difference between muscle and fat. If you're 300 pounds, not that. First of all, you look kind of fat in your picture, just to be real. But secondly, your heart doesn't know the difference between that shit, and it still has to pump blood to all that shit. Take a seat. I mean, it's moronic. Like, I mean, football player, like, it's not healthy for you to be that big, dude. Like, just say you like being strong. That's fine, but you look like openly that you're lying to yourself if you're a real person. So, the hardest work harder, the bigger you are. Exactly. Giselle. I believe so. It's just when I try to eat past the point, I feel physically full to do it. I can't imagine doing it every day. Exactly. I really wish we would start seeing this. Like there was like cat paws. Hang on a second. Let's see. I don't even like, is this a real fucking thing? I just can't even get over this shit. Fat studies. What the fuck? I knew of her, but I don't know of her. So this is Fat Studies academic Dr. Kat Pa's work ridiculed online days before her death. Well, it killed her. Her work killed her. Her suspension of reality, thinking that she can be what looks to be 400 fucking pounds and live a happy, healthy life, fucking killed her. 42. I mean, I'm not shocked, you know? Let's do fat advocates. Here's one. This is from 5 years ago. Fat activist dies at 34 of a heart attack. Big fucking shock. You know, this stuff has just got, we've got to like enter reality. It's just not, at this point in time, it is just lying to each other. It's sadness, truly fucking weakness. It's just weakness in society. I went from 240 muscular to 205 muscular and I feel light years better. Exactly. I mean, it's still extra weight. You still have to, your heart still has to pump extra weight. It's not fucking really. And good job, Taryn. Let's see. But nowadays there's medications that help suppress one's appetite to help with food addictions and cravings. There's also supplements. There's one right up here. It will be back in stock, by the way, probably Tuesday of this coming up week, if not by Friday. I'm working on it. Trust me, I'm working on it. Training 6 times a week, especially strongman, isn't healthy. It depends on what you consider training. You should do some sort of physical activity every single day. Like we weren't designed to just sit on our asses at any given time. That's not how we evolutionarily evolved. But if you're doing serious strenuous activity 6-7 days a week, that's going to be fucking it's going to be tough. Hey, Alan, just saw your video earlier about this. Very tragic. For my daily dose of reality. Thank you very much, Gina. Michelle, oh, did she just drop a video on it? I dropped mine first. No, I'm just joking. But that's cool that she dropped it. I love following Ernestine's. Blah, blah, blah. Can you get no morbidity in South Africa? Yes, you can through Tiger Fitness. It'll be back in stock there very shortly. Alan, you must be so tired constantly of addressing these clowns. I hope it sinks in with them. I really, it's getting like the worse and worse the worse and worse it gets, the harder it gets. It really is. It's tough. Like, that's what we can do. Hang on a second. I want to show you guys something. This is how fucking ridiculous this shit is. Okay. This is TMZ Instagram, right? So this is my comment on it, because there's like, this is what they said. Everything we know in the bio. Supersized salon. Jamie Lopez dead after heart complications. 445 pounds. She at one point in time weighed 845 pounds. I said, this is sad, almost as sad as the skinny people have heart problems too in the comments. Look at some of these things. This is sad, and these comments are heartless. You can speak as if your healthy moms and dads can't die in a car wreck tomorrow. Her size doesn't matter. You can't just show sympathy, sheesh. You know, and while we're going to read some comments that I agree are pretty not fucking nice. You know what I mean? They're really just meant to be mean and joking. But one, they should be allowed because free speech. But two, a lot of the fat acceptance comments here are kind of sadness. They just really are. Let's see. We're going to go down. Very sad. A person with loved ones mourned. Remember before leaving a cruel comment. The ones here, when you go to look at these comments, I mean, we've reached a stage in society where this woman is literally arguing like it's not her weight. Hang on a second. There was one that was fucking absolutely insane. Here we go. Let's see. Y'all are judging a person who no longer is with us. Keep your judgments to yourself. Why? Why though? Why shouldn't this not be like the dead canary in the mine shaft for people? Why should a woman who lost 400 pounds to end up weighing 444 pounds, who died of heart complications at the age of 37, why should we not discuss this? Why should especially when the woman's literally on TV, like she literally was put, like media and entertainment TV, put this woman on TV as a show. Like that's how much we want to glorify this and make it seem like it's no big deal. Since she was used and did take the funds to, in fact, make it so she was famous for being fat, we should talk about all of this. Like she is, by any stretch of the imagination, she should be used as an example. Let's see. How long do you have to take no morbidity before the appetite suppression kicks in? Most of the time, it's 2 to 4 days. For me, it takes normally about 3 days. Stress relief is normally right off the bat. Just a reminder, skinny people die from heart attacks too. All prayers for their family. It's that stupid shit. It is this stupid shit. This shit right here. Just a reminder, skinny people die from heart attacks too. Not nearly at the same pace as fat people. And when they do, like it's more normalized now in society because of a certain thing that's been done in the last 2.5 years. But and if we're being on a very real basis, if you're denying that, you're also fucking crazy. But let's be fucking real. This type of crazy shit, just a reminder, skinny people die of heart attacks too, is simply fucking insanity to say when like this woman was still 3 times the size she should be. Like, we get this, right? Like, she lost 2.5 times the size of what she should be and is still 3 times the size of what she fucking should be. That's kind of craziness. That's sadness and patheticness, if you ask me. It's just, I don't even get it. I don't even understand. Like, if you see the responses to this, but skinny people aren't glorified, which I don't necessarily agree with that either. I really don't. Somebody's like, exactly. Like, what the fuck do you mean exactly? Skinny people die of it too. Oh, shocking. Fat woman. Shocking. It's totally shocked. Like, look at my shock on my face. Right? I know a few tiny people with bad hearts, and size doesn't mean bad health all the time. Size, if you are fat, it means bad health every time. That is this right here. We've got to stop that. Again, this is how fat acceptance kills people, because people read shit like that, look at shit like that, hear shit like that from influencers, especially. Not this person. I have no idea who the fuck they are. They're nobody. But like, they hear that and they're like, oh, well, I might be one of the ones that's fat and okay. You're not. There are no fat okay people. There is no morbidly obese healthy person. Morbid obesity is not health under any circumstances. Gravity exists. The size of your heart is finite. The size of your lungs are finite. Inflammation is a real goddamn thing. There is no at all healthy at every size. There is none. None whatsoever. What the fuck? You people are fucking crazy. I don't even fucking know how people get there. Is Jack still talking? I just saw somebody say. You tried not. Let's see. We get on to the other thing. The death rate's still worse for overweight people. Oh, much worse. Much worse. And for those people that are asking it in the comments section, Jack, there you go. Make sure your camera's on. Make sure your camera is on. This is such a useless statement. It's laughable. If someone is skinny, they're more likely to die of a heart attack than an obese person. Said no stat ever. Right? I mean, it's statements like that make fat acceptance a death cult. You know, it's absolutely. The other Jack, the one that's claiming that he's a strongman competitor and healthy. So, first of all, by the way, Jack, I've never seen your name, so you're not really like you do strongman. You're not a strongman competitor. Just saying. And what competitions you been in, buddy? But don't say anything about somebody about their weight, though. Exactly. People keep making make being overweight not a big deal when it actually is a big thing. Now watch this. All right, all smartasses post a picture of your entire family and better not one heavy person, not a pound past the BMI index specification. Like, what does that even mean? Like, so you're saying that since if I like every member of my family needs to be completely thin, I can't be actually, I can't actually fucking, be trying to get them. Oh, we got this fucking crazy person in there. I'm competing for years, but only local shows, one every time. Good. Come on live. Well, I've never heard of you besides the fact that you fucking I live in your fucking head for free. Let's see here. Damn, being big ain't nothing but glory. No shit. There's absolutely no way obesity is unhealthy. Can't be. And people get upset about this, but this is I'm sorry, but we need to start pointing out the ridiculousness of this. I agree with all these statements. Some of them in the like comments are a little mean, but so where are the people who support overrated sites? They're obviously in here. Let's see here. At least she was happy. I mean, the thing was, I did see a video of hers where she did like openly talk about how she had lost like 400 pounds and had made some changes. The sad thing was she was even like, "Don't come for me." What the fuck? Like, so you're 800 fucking pounds and you decide to lose weight and you're worried people are going to come for you? That's fucking sad. Like, I mean, that's a fucked up statement on society, you know? I mean, fucked up. It's a crazy ass statement on society. Like crazy ass. You know what? We'll do that. Go ahead, Diana. Sheeny Beanie, I hope you're doing okay. Hang on. Let me see if I can find that actually. This is the fucking craziness. Let's see here. History. Because I watched this video earlier. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is lost 400 pounds in a year. Okay, listen to this. Just the one phrase.
Hey, dolls, it's your girl Jamie Lopez here, and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been such a long time since I've been updating on YouTube, and I'm really excited to be with you guys. I hope you're staying safe during this pandemic, but don't think that I've just been sitting around doing nothing, okay? Because that's definitely not the case. I've decided to make some drastic changes in my life, you guys. But don't nobody come for me, okay? Because I have not forgot about my big girl.
So that's a sad statement. Don't nobody come for me. So I do have somebody else that's going to join here. So here we go. Diana, how can I help you?
Hi, hello. I just came back from the gym, caught the live just right on time.
Awesome.
And I was just listening to this news because there were some other people who were talking about this lady that died. And I can positively say that even though I have never met her or knew exactly who she was or what she did, it was sad to hear about this. Yeah. But like the level of blindness, blatant lie that sometimes we even do it to our loved ones when we know that they are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. I was 20, I think I was like 21, and I am a really short person. Like I'm 151, like I'm really short. And I was like 170 pounds overweight. I was 170 pounds. But in a 5'1" woman, I was very much indeed overweight.
Oh yeah.
It was terrible. Like I had trouble going up and down the stairs. It was, of course, it was tiring to walk. I couldn't get up at a decent hour. Eating habits were terrible. And mind you, I had very good parents. They gave me good, healthy food until I was like around 13, and I started making my own choices. But even then, my brother and my sister, they would, at the time it hurt. Like, because I started gaining weight since I was about like 13. And at that time, they were like, this needs to stop. Yeah. You really need to like my sister, she's beautiful, and she uh was always super gentle with me, but also she was telling me the truth. She was like, "Nah, you really need to do something. This is not just
Right.
about how you look. This is about, like, you're messing up your bones, your life. You can't just do this." And also, I have like a not me, but my family has like heart issues and diabetes, and my mom never that they are healthy and they take very good care of themselves, and all of that. But for example, I have aunts who are extremely sick with diabetes, so
Hmm.
it's, you don't have the luxury, like, if you have that running in your family, even if it's genetic or whatever, you don't have the luxury to just say, "Oh no, this is just the card that I got played."
Hmm.
There is you need some level of accountability and responsibility for yourself, and say
Hmm.
this needs to stop. And it took me a while, and a lot of harsh comments, and a lot of not feeling whatever accepted, or like I couldn't fit into things, or it took a lot of that and many years. But you have to, because otherwise it's your life that's at
Hmm.
stake.
Absolutely. And I just think that I think we ignore that to a great degree in society. And again, that's why I would like, I think it's just very important to start recognizing this movement for what it is. It is literally people trying to like openly trying to just because they feel a certain way, trying to persuade society that there's not a problem with this. And it just reaches to such a great degree that it's so skews thing. Like 170 pound woman, 5'3" and a half, 170 pounds is the average American woman. Like that's fat.
At 5'3".
Yeah, yeah. 5'3" and a half, 170 pounds. That's the average American woman. And with a waist to height ratio of almost zero point 0.6. So the average American woman is viscerally obese, like viscerally
and
morbidly obese, you know?
and I'm 35 right now, and I know I lost the weight when I was around like 27. Yes, and
Hmm.
I'm 35 right now. And yet, of course, it has been complicated and hard, and not the easiest thing in the world to having to every day make a choice and meal prep my meals, because I am a teacher and I have to make sure that I take my meals, because uh, food at school is it's good food, but it's food meant for kids. So
Hmm.
it's different. Preparation is different. It's different to my needs. So I can't just go ahead and be like, no, I'm just gonna. No, there are many things that I need to do,
Right.
including squeezing in a workout at 8:30 p.m. because I wake up super early. But then I have to do what I have to do, because it is, otherwise I know what path I'm going to be in.
Hmm. I mean, the thing is, what do you want to live for? Like, I made a little video earlier
Exactly.
today. Like, this woman was like, my body's not a before body, right? Like everybody's body, right? Like my body right now is a before body. It's a before what I do to it next, you know?
Mhm. Exactly.
It's
My dad,
like, so everybody's body is a before body. You know what I mean? So,
of course.
what you decide to do with it moving forward, day by day, and the habits you form, they're what decide your long term health. And I think that we've just gotten past
Absolutely.
that. Like society has started lying to itself. But congratulations on your weight loss and taking it seriously. It's really awesome. You know,
You know, I
and
was so young, that was the saddest thing, that I was so young and already headed.
mhm,
The thing is that I had a lot of people, like loved ones, like especially my brother, my sister, my dad. They were
mhm,
super serious about this, and they were like, "We have diabetes in the family,
yeah,
and people is getting like limbs chopped off, and you have to
mhm,
make a decision about the life you want to live." And also,
yeah,
I live in Latin America. I live in Ecuador, so
yeah,
there isn't a huge population of overweight people, and overweight people is still frowned upon over here. It's not normal at all. Like, it's very frowned upon. Like, here is taken seriously. Like, you are unhealthy. You are that weight. You are unhealthy, and you will not find here a single store that will sell you anything that's beyond an XL.
that's all.
Not half
Not
of one.
not
Nothing.
Not that I think that people shouldn't have clothes to wear, but I think the problem is people have grown so big about the clothes, you know? So great point. Great point. And thank you again. I'm gonna pop onto other stuff. Please do keep joining us, and great job on your journey. Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Have
you.
a great
Bye-bye.
day.
Just wanted to get because the conversation in the chat seems to be going to this. Last week I squatted like 500 pounds. A couple things there, Jack. One, I was about 260, 250, 260 pounds and could do sets of 5 pause squats at 505. And I don't know any lifter that squats in the 500-pound range and has to put like 500 pounds. Like I don't think you're a real person, and unless you come live, I'm just going to mute you because I frankly think you're just. I mean, it's getting more and more obvious that you're just kind of a troll. You know, I mean, if that's really your picture, I'm sorry, buddy. You're fat as fuck. You should lose some fucking weight. Those aren't stats for you should be calling yourself a strong man. If you're average height human being, you're a strong dude, but like you're not compete. I don't believe you're competing in local strongman competitions. You would know, like people that squat heavy weight can tell you down to like the fucking like gram of how much they're fucking squatting. That and I mean, I did pull up your account and it was just made in October. So shut the fuck up, bitch. If you're not going to come on live, you don't get to talk. I also bench like 470, like 470. Really? No. I don't believe you. I think you're a troll. So bye, Jack. Blocked user. Once I give you an opportunity to come on live, and you don't get to keep fucking bullshitting in the fucking comments. So you can take me up on my offer, you can leave, but you don't get to fucking just keep bullshitting your bullshit. So Jack's a pussy. Anyway. Anyway, I'm going to go back up and answer a few questions. We'll get to a few other people. I love what Diana said. You obviously do not have the luxury of putting yourself off in the back burner, especially when you have disease in the family. That's so fucking true. And one of the things I think that people don't realize, like I say it all the time, obesity in America is privilege beyond fucking privilege. Other countries who don't like other countries, they stay healthy to avoid needing health care. Like people get that, right? Because that's just such a fucking privileged ass luxury too. To get so fucking fat that you are in fact like negatively impacting your health and you are fucking hurt, like you're hurting yourself to the point where then you need health care. That's privilege as fuck. So I'm 5'4" at 166. Am I too big? Likely. You're probably at the high end of you're probably in the overweight range. It depends on what your stomach measurement would be at that size. I would imagine too. Give me a second. Let's see here. You're in the overweight category. You got to lose 20 pounds to be in a normal BMI. But again, I don't necessarily depend on the BMI completely. If your waist measurement is, let's see, that's 64. If your waist measurement above 32, I would suggest you're too big. If your waist measurement taken 2 inches above your belly button, right underneath your rib cage, like your actual belly, your actual waist, if that is more than 32, you should lose weight. Like you're pushing it right now. If your waist measurement is like, let's see, if your waist measurement is under 28, I would imagine that you are perfectly fine and don't need to do a goddamn thing. But if it's above 32, you should lose weight. They tend to be over 300 pounds because they eat thousands of calories a day. Exactly. Exactly. Let me see here. Bench pressing 470 doesn't mean you're not obese or unhealthy. I mean, at some point in time, you got to look at it like 470 pounds. First of all, dude didn't bench press 470 pounds. I mean, you're obviously lying. Like when you say like 470, like people know exactly how much they bench, and especially because to get 470, he would have had to use a microplate, meaning like a 2.5 pound plate on each side. So, coffee, my afternoon coffee. Let's see here. Alan, is skim milk okay to drink? I don't drink much milk to begin with, but I don't understand the problem with whole milk, just taken in rationale, you know? He reminds me of that dude from a year ago. Yeah, I remember him too. What else we got going on? How is going the Fluff's diet? She's doing okay. The problem is we have 2 other cats, right? And she tends to eat all of their food. So we're working on it. Alan, much respect. I went from 250 to 165. Great fucking job. Out fucking standing. That's really good, Bugsy Raider. Congratulations. People with disease in their family act like it's inevitable. No, I mean genetics is the gun. You pull the trigger. You know. Oh, okay. I heard voices. Anyway. Do you ever watch Justin White's reaction videos to 600 Pound Life? I think you would die laughing. I haven't seen them, but I might watch them. I don't know. Let's see. Thank you, Sheenie Beanie. I know I need to be more active. I have checked. Okay, cool. Any questions? Anybody want to come on live? Feel free. I've been told my whole life that red meat and fat were bad for me, but have felt the best. That's a lie. Red meat and fats are not bad for you. Red meats and fats are like protein and fat is in fact essential. The same people that told you red meat and fat was bad for you have told you that sugar and processed carbohydrates are good for you and you should have 11 servings of them. It's fucking insanity. So fucking crazy. Waist height ratio says I'm healthy, but BMI 27 at 5'7", around 170. Though my waist is 28.5. I think you're fucking fine. I would not. I honestly would not worry a goddamn thing. Because waist to height ratio is even more predictive of chronic illness and disease development plus longevity than anything, because the visceral fat is the issue. Subcutaneous fat is more of a matter of like that can sometimes be genetic and everything like that too, a little bit to a certain degree. But visceral fat, like large abdominal belly, that's a lifestyle driven, mostly from a lot of processed carbohydrates and or insulin resistance, and it's fucking dangerous, you know. For a woman, from a man, it's just because we have testosterone. So let's see. I watched my mother huff and puff around at 300 pounds and totally unable to do tasks. I swore myself, good for you. That's using the example you had. Hey, Alan, do you think salt fasting works for morbidly obese smokers? I don't recommend. It depends on how long you want to fast. I don't recommend fast above 24 hours ever. Just for obese people, because I tend to believe that they bounce back and eat more at the end. And the salt fast thing, I'm not big into that. I'm big into, I salt my water a little bit especially when it's very hot out and I work out, but I don't suggest long fast for morbidly obese people. I'm willing to bet that when people blame genetics, it's usually learned behavior. Exactly, it absolutely is. It's just another it's the blaming of genetics is just another fat acceptance tool to not accept responsibility and make themselves feel better about themselves. It is a death cult. It's a death cult. More like the fat acceptance community is in fact killing people. It is hurting people. Look at the people that are falling over from their own group. Like you can see this. They're all sickly. Like if you watch the What I Eat in a Days a lot on TikTok, you'll notice the correlation to what I eat in a day. They all take they all take bad thought blockers, is what they call them. Bad thought blockers, all of them, every single one of them. You know, not every single one, I'm sure, but a lot of the ones I watch is what I'm saying. So, as a runner, being fat adapted has been better than relying on carbs for energy. You know what? Crystal and I talk about this all the time. I was just talking to somebody that just joined our coaching about this because they're a runner themselves. The gel packs, like the gel carb packs, are horrible because they're designed to be digested as quickly as possible. So all this sugar gets rushed into your system all at once. It is so much better to just be fat adaptive. It lasts longer. You don't have to switch through the energy phases because that's a big thing too. Like if you'll notice, like when you do like 1 or 2 reps, that's one energy phase, and then you have the glycogenic phase, which is like all the glycogen that's in your muscles, in your blood, and in your liver. Once that's all expelled, then your body has to hit the runner's wall and shift over to glyconeogenesis, and start burning fat for energy. And then that's when, like, I just think it's better to start that way, you know? I feel like I'm seeing more and more female fitness influencers eating 2,500 to 3,000 calories a day and still really lean and muscular. Is this purely because it is the majority of the protein they're eating? I would argue that it's probably not a daily thing either. That a woman is eating 2,500 to 3,000 calories in a given day. And if they are, they probably have a large amount of muscle mass, and or they get a lot of, and I mean a lot of serious physical activity, and or they're on drugs. Just being real. They said red meat is bad, but the study took people who were probably eating a lot of McDonald's. No, true. True. Disease that runs in the family aren't always genetic. Sometimes it's bad habits. Very fucking true. I mean, obesity is societally contagious. It's a societal contagion. Obesity spreads in family members, social groups, influencer circles. It's been studied both bunches of times. That's why when I say, when like Lizzo is jamming fucking 4,000 calories into her fucking face, pretending that it's no big thing, talking about how she's awesome and shit like that, like she's influencing people to in fact eat like shit, you know, influencing, and it could be hurting these people. It's a death cult. My husband is 5'9", 150 and has the same metabolism as me, 5'2", 155 with a thyroid condition. It's not an excuse. I've got fat due to overeating and activity while he is an active job. That is very well self-actualized. You wonder what they're going to say? They're going to try to ignore it. So, what is fat adapted? That means that your body goes to fat first before carbohydrates. It's normally because you spend an exorbitant amount of time in a low carb diet too. Question, please, Alan. What is your plan for enjoying Christmas week without going off the rails? Any suggestions are welcome. I'm going to be at my mama's house. So I'm going to eat whatever she fucking cooks for me. Christmas is just a day. The normal week, I'm going to do my normal thing. I love how I eat, so it's not going to be a big deal. I'm going to focus on proteins, healthy fats, and vegetables. I love how I eat, so I don't like Crystal designed all this for me to be able to eat if I feel restricted in any way, she addresses it immediately because Crystal's my coach. Just so everybody understands, I am a binge eater, even though I'm on every supplement that we make to make sure I control my eating. I am about almost 2 years away from my last binge, and that's because she is my coach. I get to live with my coach, so I'm pretty fucking lucky. And she makes adjustments wherever we're at. If she notices that I'm snacking or something like that, she will figure it out, whether it's out of restriction, stress, something like that. She figures it out for me. So I perfectly feel like I'm just going to enjoy the day and then do just have a normal bit of living, you know. The gels are good for type 1 diabetics. Used to use that and gel icy for my ex. Oh, I did not know that. Don't trust what you see in an influencer's video. I have multiple videos about that. Like, don't trust what you see in the square. Like, even if it's me, I challenge everybody to look up. If I say something and you don't necessarily agree with it, look up the data. Like, look it up. And if you can refute me, please do, because I want to learn. You know, it's just Crystal and I happen to do a fucking shit ton of fucking research. You know, and not to mention that, but just in the sample size alone, we have coached probably 1,000 people to healthy weights in the course of the last 5 or 6 years. You know, we have probably the data points we have, like, I think would be interesting for her and I to record ourselves talking, like doing our client reviews, because a lot of the ideas I have for videos come out of us discussing client reviews, and the patterns we end up seeing, like not specific clients, but the patterns we end up seeing. That's why I'm able. Like I understand, like I'm a pretty self-actualized person, and I understand that one of the reasons that I have, you know, the very little popularity that I do is because I'm just very blunt and basic. But the things I'm blunt and basic about are normally very commonsensical and normally make a lot of sense. And sometimes I have like epiphanies of like, oh wow, that people hadn't thought of it from that perspective. And that's because Crystal and I sit down and we actually discuss all this shit all the time, And most of the time, like, these people make their money off their bodies. That's another reason why I don't like showing my body that much. Like, I want my knowledge and my expertise to fucking shine through. So with that, and I'm old, I don't want to show my body all the time. So, just to be very honest. I hope this was a big wake-up call to Tess. It was not. I can guarantee you it wasn't. I can guarantee you it wasn't. If anything, this woman had a show. Tess is going to try to get that show. Tess will try to fucking take that show, if you ask me. She's a horrible, fucking horrible human being. Anyway, I was checking to see if she said anything about it. Alan, can we have a cookie on Christmas? Just one, I promise. You can fucking have whatever the fuck you want, especially if you're not one of my clients. But even if I'll tell this, if you're one of my clients out there, I've had conferences with most of them. But if you're one of my clients that's listening to this, make sure you enjoy Christmas. What you should do is plan out the food for the very next day. Make sure you start with protein, healthy fats first to quell any cravings you're going to start to be having. Start your day off with 30 ounces of water right off the bat. Then a good maybe steak and eggs breakfast, to make sure you quell anything up. A decent size one too, to make sure you feel satiated, satisfied, really nice and full for the rest of the day. Focus on your hydration heavily, especially on Christmas if you have a couple cocktails and or processed carbohydrates and extra sodium. So the next day is what you do. Enjoy the fucking day. I'm not saying I don't give people permission to go binge, but if you want to have a cookie or two or three, I'm probably gonna. I'm gonna be baking cookies at my mama's house. I'm gonna bake gluten-free cookies. So please do. Like, please do. Oh, this guy looks like J.K. Simmons from Whiplash. Oh no, I've never heard that before. Fat adapted has been the best thing ever. My thyroid is well and truly buggered. It can't be done. Let's see. Oop. I saw my sister in October. She has a big belly and skinny legs. We both have always had big thighs. Is that muscle atrophy? She drinks a lot. I would likely say if her legs have thinned out, it's muscle atrophy. Yes. It is. It's very hard to sympathize with these people. It's very hard. I mean, you did it to yourself. I feel bad for this woman because she obviously had some sort of epiphany and was like, fuck, I need to lose weight very quickly. But it is what it is. Here are famous for being the angry bald man. I'll take it. I will take it. We got about 8 minutes. That works. That's a good idea. You put a lot of meat on it. So I'm going to take any questions. Anybody got anything else? Nah, just sugar-free keto chocolate pudding for me. I'm making all the other goodies. That's good. It's good. It's real good. So again, just to kind of wrap up, no harm or meanness to this lady or her family or friends or anything like that. I feel bad. My deepest condolences. If you're a member of her family, though, and here's where it's going to get kind of harsh. If you're a member of her family, you had a hand in this. This woman was fucking 845 pounds. That does not happen unless there's a lot of people that fucking also had a hand in it by enabling this woman. When you enable somebody to be that fucking big, that's fucking bad. Her family, friends, fat acceptance, the people that put her on TV for being fat, they put her on TV for being fat. The people that put her on TV for being fat, all that shit, that's not good. I mean, you had a part in this woman's death. Fat acceptance community definitely helped kill this woman. It's a death cult. It is absolutely a death cult. Herschel Beard, what's up, man? What do you find the best time to take no morbidity for sleep benefits? I normally take it about 6, and I'm normally try to be asleep by 10. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Best way to help a spouse get involved in fitness, start going on daily walks with them. Daily walks, both you put your phones down, Go for a walk, hold hands and talk 30 minutes every day. That starts it right there. I feel like hell at 6'6" and 345. You're fat. I mean, it sounds to me like you could lose. I mean, you could likely lose a good, depending on the muscle mass you have, you could lose a good 100 pounds probably. So, let's see. Hey, Alan, were you always into fitness and health? I mean, I've been out of shape before in my life. I've done nutrition for the most of my adult life, and I was always an athlete. So always an athlete. Tiger Fitness, I don't know what you're asking, where the question mark is. Carl, how are you? Question, have you seen Whiplash? And if so, if not, will you at least watch the trailer? I've seen it. I kind of agree. I don't necessarily agree. I mean, I think I look like a lot of people. I mostly look like me. So again, like I've been on camera for like fucking 7 years. I find it weird when people think that they're planting a flag about you look like this person, you look like that person. So I don't find that shit as an insult. In fact, if they wanted to fucking pay me to reprise the role, I'm down. Fucking reach out. I'll take the money. Just proves that there is time limit before you. Before the damage is irreversible. Absolutely. Glad to cut the live. YouTube has been frustrating. Yes, it has been. It has been very frustrating. Extremely. Maya, found out I'm pregnant. Great news, but I can't. But can I still work with spin class? Working out okay, pregnant. Congratulations and thank you for the tip. You've got to talk to your doctor. I would not ever possibly tell somebody that's pregnant what physical activity is good for them. I am not a medical doctor. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a doctor of any kind. I'm not a medical professional. I am a health and fitness coach. I think I'm tuning our own horn. We're Crystal and I are some of the leading people in our field of helping obese people. But I can't. I would never want to say yes. Go ahead and do that class. Definitely talk to your doctor. And if your doctor tells you not to do anything, get a second opinion, because being sedentary is not healthy. But congratulations. I wish I could give you an answer besides talk to your doctor. But that is not for me to say, and I would never want to give advice that could possibly hurt you. I don't know you at all either, so no. NOMO and SA. I don't know what you mean by NOMO and SA. So I have no idea. NOMO, I'm pretty sure it's no morbidity. In SA, I have no idea what you're fucking talking about. So I need to get used to eating less. Nothing like food's too expensive and I'm broke diet. Focus on. I know it sounds crazy because you're gonna probably think you go for the cheap volume food. Go for very highly calorically dense, high satiation foods. Go for eggs, ground beef, beans. Eggs, ground beef, beans. Absolutely do it. If you mean South Africa, from Tiger Fitness, it should be. Yeah. Tiger Fitness should ship there, I would think. Should women in menopause approach eating differently? Depends. I mean, I would approach eating the same way that anybody would. If you're gaining weight, you're either eating too much and or not getting enough activity. So I think that you should make sure that the food you eat is very, very, very high quality food. Everybody should. But as we age, like one of the reasons why I eat so much protein, as you age, there's data that show that you get less absorption. There's less absorption. So I would definitely focus a little bit more on protein and stuff like that. And it helps with hormones, that sort of thing. Started Ember and No Morbidity last week, and it has already been a big help. Thanks, bud. That's awesome. Great fucking job. Love to fucking hear it. Out fucking standing. Hell yeah. Chicken is pretty cheap, and there's programs online that you can buy meat in bulk. Outstanding. Thank you, everyone, and thanks for the advice. Thank you. And like I said, I wish I could give you a more clear answer to that, but I just would not want to do anything that could hurt you or the baby. And guys, we got about a minute left. So I will be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. Don't know what I'm going to talk about. Probably going to do a bunch of short videos here in a little bit to piss off more fat acceptance people, because this kind of just this topic hit me kind of fucking off. Here this woman is, maybe if
society hadn't lied to this woman and said, you're fine, or it's no big deal, maybe she wouldn't have reached 845 pounds. Maybe she could have lost, 250 pounds and ended up weighing 200 pounds and lived until she was like 70 or 60. You know what I mean? Like the fat acceptance basically robbed this woman's family of her for like decades. Like she died decades and decades before she should have. It's just kind of fucking sad. So I'm going to fucking be tearing it up with the fat acceptance people for a little bit, I think, because fuck them. They're a death cult, just like I said. Last couple ones. I love everybody. I finally feel controlling my cravings. Amber, that is awesome. Great to fucking hear it. Thank you very much. And for those of you that will not be able to join tomorrow, I hope you have a Merry, 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 Merry Christmas. I'm probably going to be live Thursday too, though, but Friday not. I hope everybody has a great fucking day, for real. And thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Share my videos. Make sure you've liked, subscribed, done all that stuff. One more time, by the way, for our coaching, it is 3 months for the price of 2 daily communication, weekly video conferences. We help adjust your lifestyle. We focus on satiation, satisfaction. We build healthy habits around eating a healthy lifestyle and being satiated. The high tier one also includes all of that, but help with your grocery list, help with your pantry. We even do live workouts one-on-one with you via Zoom, just myself and you, or Crystal and you, in the privacy of your own home. So please do check that out. Also, 3 months for the price of 2. And if nothing else, buy the book, Beyond Willpower, The Hunger Management Method. It is right up here. It gives you a month of our app for free, along with it, the book. And you are a part of the Hunger Management Support Group. You get live and pre-recorded classes. I just posted to the Hunger Management Support Group the Build Up Boot Camp class that Crystal taught last night that I took with her. I'll be taking her Strength Fusion class tonight also and be posting it up for everybody. So if you don't join it live, we're going to be posting them every single day. So all the new classes will be put up live the next day. So please do check that out. Looking forward to having all of you on my app. That would be awesome. We could have a private conversation in the app about all sorts of other shit. So I hope to see you soon. God damn.